Hello? I'm just gonna vibe until people show up. Hello! Hi, friends. We have some people. Hello, everyone. We're gonna wait for a little bit until... Hi, AJ! Wave. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna wait for a couple more seconds. Hi, Danny! Until some more people join. This is good. This is a good amount. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Asha, and I will be here for the next 30 minutes to an hour to just talk about my UCLA experience starting from freshman year up until now. We asked, I gave an option to ask questions earlier this week. I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago, and I got a lot. Thank you, Danny. And I got a lot of questions, so I'm going to be answering those, and this is going to be up on YouTube within the next couple days. So if you want to hop in and hop out, or I'm not getting to your question fast enough, and also don't be afraid to ask a question, and I'll get to that immediately because you are here in this live. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna start. Does anyone have a preference? Because I had some 4 different kind of groupings of questions that I made. Oh, and by the way, if I look this way, it's my laptop and I have all people's questions from it. So we have Greek life questions, we have LGBT questions, we have out of state questions, and then just North Campus / other involvement. Okay, we have a housing question. I'll answer your question. Chances that freshmen get a deluxe. To be on, and this is for anyone who doesn't know, a deluxe is a specific room type. It is doesn't have a private bathroom. You still have a bathroom on your floor, but it does have AC and it's bigger than a classic. And the likelihood for that, they're pretty popular, to be honest. I remember me and my roommates freshman year put that as our first choice, and we didn't get it. I did end up getting a deluxe my sophomore year, and I lived in Sproul, Cove, which was fantastic. But yeah, to be honest, I don't think it's I'll definitely put it as your first choice, and if there are enough deluxes, people will get it depending on their room sign up times and stuff. But yeah, there you go. So it's not super likely, but you definitely still have a chance. Sophomore year, you have a much better chance. But yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna start answering these questions that people asked yesterday. And so if anyone has a question relating to it or not relating to it, I got you. I'm just ask in the chat. Okay. I guess we're gonna start. I guess we're gonna start with out of state questions because I got a lot of those, and that's a nice transition. So someone asked, how often do you travel home and how far do you live? I'd say freshman year, people usually travel home more than they do later because I am going to be a senior this coming year. And so freshman year I traveled home. I'm from Iowa City, Iowa, which is 4 hours away from Chicago, if that helps. But yeah, I'm from Iowa. It's a great place. I went home to see my family and my friends from back home winter break my freshman year, spring break, and then I came back the summer after my freshman year, and I worked my high school job as a lifeguard, which was great. Yeah, so I went home 3 times. I know a lot of out-of-state students do go home for Thanksgiving too, but I just went to stay with an in-state friend for Thanksgiving my freshman year. And then my sophomore year, I went back for winter break, and I think that was it, honestly, because I spent spring break with my friends. And then this year, my junior year, I also went back for winter break. And I haven't been back home since then because of the whole COVID thing that's going on. But yeah, I'd say as you get older, you go home less frequently. But like as an most out-of-state students do go home a few times at least over the course of their freshman year. It really depends how far you live too, because there's some people who like live in Nevada, but they're also like out-of-state students, but they do live closer than, I don't know, New York or something. Okay, dorm essentials. So this is for out-of-state students and for in-state students, just some like dorm essentials. I lived on the Hill in a dorm for 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year. It was great. My freshman year, I lived in Dykstra Hall, which is a classic, like it's a classic hall, a classic triple with 2 roommates, one which I found on Facebook and one that was random. And I would say definitely bring a fan. It gets so hot, and classics do not have air conditioning, which is fine, but also it's Los Angeles and it gets pretty awful. So I would definitely recommend bringing a fan or getting one from Target, which is like right down the street, and like everyone goes and gets dorm stuff from Target. What else? I would recommend getting the fridge microwave package that they offer when you live in the dorms, because I don't think that you're allowed to bring your own. Don't hold me to that. But it's not a bad deal. I think it's like $200 for the year to like rent the microwave and the mini fridge for your dorm room. Oh, we have a question. How do you get your dorm stuff from home to UCLA? That is one of the next questions, but I will answer that because that was, for me, I'm going to be pretty honest with you guys. That was a struggle for me my freshman year because I know some people have their parents like drop them off at, like out-of-state students have their parents like come with them to help them move in their freshman year, but I did not have my parents do that. They just dropped me off at the airport and were like, have fun. And so I did it by myself, and I think part of the fact that it was difficult is because I was too scared to ask people for help to help me move in, like ask people at the front desk. So like I got an Uber and I Ubered to Dykstra my freshman year, and I didn't know where anything was, and I was like really scared, and it was like 11 p.m. and I don't know, I was terrified. And yeah, so it was kind of a struggle because I didn't really know where anything was, but don't be afraid to ask for help. This was also probably because when I brought all of my stuff to UCLA, I was coming for orientation, and every year there is like an out-of-state orientation which kind of like goes right into the school year. It's like right before you start, so you don't have to like fly home and fly back. And so, but when you usually move in, like during the like allotted move-in weekends for everyone, there are a whole bunch of helpers, a whole bunch of people who are like willing to help you, like current students like sign up to like help everyone move in. So if you don't have your parents or someone to help you move in, I would not be worried. Just don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what people are there for. Yeah, but I know the feeling of like being terrified and like it's a new space and it's a new like way of life that you're about to experience, and you don't have anyone to help you move in. But yeah, I would don't be afraid to ask people for help. I should have done that. I wish I did. I ended up just like lugging my bags by myself around campus until I found my dorm. But that's not the way to go. There are people who are willing to help you. Everyone is great. All the Res Life staff are amazing. Okay, we're gonna move on. Somebody asked, how do you transition from out of state to LA? Wait, did I get another question? No. Okay. Transition from out of state to LA. I'm going to just talk about like some of the differences. So I'm from Iowa City, Iowa. I went to a big public high school. I graduated with like 500 people. And one of the biggest changes from just like my high school life to college life was that, at least where I'm from, everyone drives everywhere. Like, everyone has a car. Everyone is driving to school to get food, to do everything. Freshman year, basically nobody had a car. I had one friend who brought their car from home, but she was from like 20 minutes away. She was like right in Los Angeles. But yeah, like that was a big transition for me, like learning how to use public transportation, getting Uber, spending a whole lot of money on Uber to do anything. But there are a lot of resources now that students can take advantage of. Like there's a bus that goes to Santa Monica every weekend that it's hot that UCLA students can ride to like go to the beach and stuff, which is like absolutely great. I like just found out about that like at the end of when I was living on the Hill, and I think it's only available for like Hill students, people who live on the Hill. So definitely if you like want a beach day, use that bus that like takes you directly to the beach. Okay, what else is a thing that is true? Just like the overall feeling, I kind of touched on this in the last question, but it's very overwhelming being in a new place. I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Yeah, it's like pretty overwhelming being in a new place. But like everybody is trying to make friends. Like all of the freshmen, like everyone that you're going to be surrounded with is in the exact same position as you, even if they're like from 20 minutes away, or they're from 5 states away, or if they're international. Like everyone is in this new environment, like without their parents, without that support system that they've grown up with, and everyone's a little bit scared and they're looking for friends. So it's not hard to find people that you like and that you're gonna be friends with. And that was something that I was really scared about the like week before I moved out here my freshman year. I was like so scared. Like every night I'd be like, oh my God, like how, because I had a really good group of friends from high school that I had like, and I just felt like I was finding myself and like I felt happy. And then just like going to a new school, it was terrifying. But I met people immediately. Everyone is looking for friends, and everyone is in the same position that you are. And just don't be afraid to like, just like sit with someone new at the dining halls. Like that's what people do freshman year. You just like see a group of people eating and you go up and you're like, hey, can I sit with you? And everyone's like, yeah, come sit with us. And like talk about, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. That's a couple of the transition things from out of state to LA. So I guess I'm going to move on. If anyone has any questions, feel free to like ask them in the chat. I guess I'm going to move on to another group of questions that I have. Just like, I'm a film major, if you guys didn't catch that on my live bio. And so I am part of like the North Campus community here at UCLA, which is basically the non-STEM group of kids, like not like English and film and I don't know, I think poli-sci and history, and like it's like like all the buildings on campus are arranged so that like the mathy and sciencey buildings are on South Campus, and like the humanities and like filmy and like artsy buildings are in North Campus. And so there's like kind of like a divide, but like not really. It's just like, yeah. Oh, you're from Iowa City too? That's sick. That's sick, Alice. Did you go to a West or City high school? Those are like the two big rival high schools in my city. But there's also a whole bunch of like other smaller schools. I don't know. You don't have to answer that. Yeah, so I'm part of the North Campus community. And somebody asked, what is North Campus culture like? And me too, Alice. I saw that. That's cool. I love, yeah. It's a great place to live. Oh, wait, I guess we're getting some questions, so I'm going to answer these first, and then I'll go back to North Campus. If you live there, are you able to get a parking pass as well? Yes, I think, actually, I'm not going to say that because I don't know, but you are able to get parking passes. You have to apply with parking, and you have to like get all your like information and stuff. I think it's hard to get a parking space on campus, but I know a lot of people in the off-campus apartments like rent out their parking spots if they don't have a car, because a lot of off-campus apartments come with parking spaces and people don't have cars, and so it's not difficult to find a parking spot even if you don't have like a UCLA parking pass. And off-campus apartments are like, I don't know, like a 15-minute walk from some of the buildings. And so, yeah, definitely like join like the Facebook groups. I think there's like parking Facebook groups and like buy and sell passes and stuff. So definitely join that. You wouldn't happen to know about the UC Summer Memes Institute? No, I do not know about that. What is the Summer Memes Institute? That sounds cool. I don't know what it is though. I'm sorry. I do know different. I did summer school here this past summer. Like I did A and C sesh and like lived on campus, so I could talk about that. But I do not know what the Summer Memes Institute is. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll move back to my North Campus questions. Okay, so like North Campus culture, it's very chill, and everyone is, I'm just going to talk about my experience in like the film department. It's called TFT, which is Theater, Film, and Television. And it's basically just like, there's the School of Letters and Sciences, there's a School of Engineering, and then there's like 5 or 6, I think, and I'm in the School of Theater, Film, and Television. And so there's the theater and theater kids and then the film kids, and we collaborate a lot. But you definitely have to, the first couple of like weeks/months, just like make those connections. So you, like don't be afraid to like reach out to people in different departments, because you're going to be like doing projects with them throughout the course, throughout the course of like your college experience. And so I was lucky enough to meet some really cool theater kids in my orientation group in the first few weeks of school, who have like become my go-to people to cast whenever I'm like doing a film project. And so, yeah, everyone's just like super helpful, but you do have to make sure to like put some effort into connecting with these people. And it's not hard. Like the hardest part is like putting yourself out there. And as soon as you do that, like everyone is very excited to work with each other. So just don't be afraid to like just reach out to your fellow North Campus majors to collaborate on projects. Oh, got some more questions. Is the film partner department, do you apply critical theory or how? Yes, we do that. There are production classes, there's history classes, there's like definitely theory classes. It's all encompassed in the major. We have a very broad education when it comes to film, but we do declare a concentration at the end of our junior year, which is like the specific path of film that we want to go down, but we do have like a general education in film as well. It's great. Okay, talked about North Campus. Have you gotten film TV internships? Yes, I had one in Los Angeles last summer. Oh, no problem. Is that Nicole? No problem, Nicole. I had a film internship, film TV, like photography internship this past summer. I found it myself. I applied for it. A lot of my peers and fellow film classmates also have had internships the past year or this coming year. I'm going to be pretty honest with you. It's a lot on you to find these internships. The department doesn't have, like, every couple of weeks we do get an email with like like vetted and opened positions and that we have the opportunity to apply for. Like we just like all the film kids and I think theater kids, I'm not sure, but all the film kids get like an email every month or so of like, oh, here's a list of internships, like apply to them if you want. But other than that, it's pretty much on you to get your foot in the door in the industry. You do kind of have a leg up being a film student at UCLA, like that. I use that to like, I don't know, like it's good to like mention, and it's like helps you. I think it helped me when I was getting my internship to just like say that I was a film student at UCLA. But yeah, it is mostly on you yourself to find these internships. The older kids are really helpful. Like in the department, the older students are very helpful in like finding or like setting you up for success. Like I have a lot of friends who are a year older than me who have like if I have any questions about like the industry or about internships, like it's a very cool community, the film community here. And yeah, I don't know. It's great. It's great. I really love, because it's a very small community too, the film, because there's like 15 incoming freshmen every year for the film major. So I'm glad that I got that experience. Oh, I have another question from Bella. Hello, Bella. What career paths are you interested in pursuing? I'm interested in pursuing, well, I just declared my concentrations for film a couple weeks ago, actually. I'm doing screenwriting and producing. So I want to maybe be a creative producer in the film industry, mostly the TV industry. I'd rather do like something Netflix or like limited series. But yeah, that's what I want to do. Hopefully I'm setting myself up for success, but we will see. Okay. Was also hoping to get a film internship this summer, but the whole COVID thing has made it difficult. A lot of my friends have like had their internships like canceled and stuff, which is really sad. But hopefully we will be able to find some stuff this fall. Okay. Other involvement questions. How do you join? Okay, I have a question that says, how do you join PAC? Thank you, Bella. Thank you guys. You guys are my hype women. I love that. Thank you guys for having me up. Okay, so a question I got was, how do you join PAC? And I don't know if you guys know what PAC is, but it's one of the clubs that I'm part of here. It's called the Pediatric AIDS Coalition, and it's a group of like 150 students who are working to end the stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS, and we're the largest student-run philanthropy on the West Coast. Hello, Sam. Thank you. You guys are hyping me up. I love it. And how you join, and this is, I'm going to just like broaden this for a lot of different clubs on campus and different involvement, but I think it was week 0, I think it's 0 week or week 1, there's the enormous activities fair, which is where all of the clubs come out, and you get to walk around and go and explore like the different types of involvement at UCLA. And so it's huge. It's one of the biggest events. A lot of students find clubs that they're interested in there, and then there's like for my club PAC specifically, there's like an application process and an interview process. But I love it. It's like my life. I love my club. I just got the position of executive director of marketing for PAC, which means I'm on the exec board for this coming year. And we're in the process of like doing interviews for like the like steering directors in our club. And so that's really exciting because I've been part of PAC since sophomore year, and I really love the organization. And so, yeah, I think everyone has the ability to find a club that they're super passionate about. Yeah, just like go to the enormous activities fair. If you find a club, like an Instagram of a club that you're interested in, definitely just like DM them. Like everyone wants new members, and everyone like loves that people are interested in their clubs. So if you are interested in PAC, if I've pitched it well, definitely like shoot me a DM. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. There's like different committees that you can be part of. If you're interested in like the medical field, there's different, there's like the cause committee and the, there's like, or if you're interested in like art and design, there's the design committee and the media committee, and there's just like 18 different committees that you can be part of. There's like the community outreach committees. There's 150 of us, and so you get a cool little community for like whatever your interests are. If you're interested in that, definitely DM me. Like, I love PAC. You can love PAC too. Okay, moving on. How do you get onto the UCLA Housing Media Team? I'm actually in the media team office right now. It's usually we have media team applications in the spring, but we haven't really talked about hiring because of the whole COVID thing, which makes sense. But we will definitely keep following UCLA Housing when media team applications do come out. We'll be posting about it. I love the media team. It's like my family. Like, these people are great. They're my coworkers, but also they're some of my best friends. So definitely I love housing in the Hill. We work for Res Life, and everyone on Res Life is so cool. So yeah, I love my job. Okay. What else do we talk about? Okay, so we can talk about Greek life if people are interested. I got a few Greek life questions. Oh, Danny has a question, so I will answer Danny's question. What is the best way to find orgs that is best for you? I didn't find ones that fit me that fit me until junior year. Just try some things out. I found the org that I was in love with my sophomore year. So you definitely don't have to find your perfect club like your freshman year if you just want to like take a little bit to get settled and stuff like that. That's totally cool too. Definitely just like take a step back and see look at yourself and see what you're interested in. And we have like thousands of clubs on campus. I think it's like 1.5K clubs on campus, or like definitely over 1,000 clubs on campus. And so there's a fit for everyone, and everyone is so involved. Everyone's in like so many different campus orgs. You don't have to find your favorite thing in the world right away. You can take a little bit. Like my freshman year, I wasn't super involved, and that is okay. I was adjusting to Los Angeles from Iowa City, and I had a great freshman year, even though I wasn't in PAC and I wasn't in a sorority. What was I? What did I do? I was on the media team, which is fantastic because I met some of my best friends on the media team, but I wasn't in like 100 different things my freshman year. So yeah, you have time. Does that answer your question, Danny? I'm going to take that as a yes. Okay. We have two more things to talk about. So we have Greek life questions. So I will start on the Greek life questions that I got from the sticker. So I'm going to preface this by saying I am in a Panhellenic sorority, and there's a whole bunch of different types of Greek life at UCLA. There is like the Panhellenic sororities, there's the national Panhellenic sororities, there's different culture sororities, there's business frats, there's like a film frat, there's just like a whole bunch of different types of Greek life at UCLA. And so I'm just going to talk like about my experience because I'm in like a specific branch of Greek life, but I know like other people on the team who have done, I think Irvin talked about his like section of Greek life because he's in a different like Greek life system than I am. And so we have a lot of different people who are going to be talking about like the different types. So I will just be talking about my type and my personal experience. Okay, so we have a lot of questions about the Panhellenic sorority rush process and the recruitment experience and like tips on recruitment for people who know nothing. I didn't really know anything about Greek life either when I came to UCLA. And okay, I'm going to look at this 1 second, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so the recruitment process is happens during week zero. Week zero? I think week zero. Yeah. And it is 5 days. Wow, this was long ago, sorry. It's like 5 days, and the first 2 days are really long and kind of intimidating. I'm going to be real, because it takes up your whole day, and there's thousands of other girls who are like equally as nervous, and yeah, it's like intimidating looking at the process. But it's a very well organized process, and you have a recruitment counselor who is like in charge of your recruitment group that you go around to the different sororities with. And my recruitment counselor was great, and she like calmed everyone down, and she was like super sweet. And I actually met one of my best friends and my current roommate in my recruitment group. And so it's like I got one of my best friends out of not even like my sorority, but like the pre-sorority experience, which is really cool. And we ended up joining different houses too. So yeah, it's really cool. But the process overall is exhausting, and I'm going to be honest, yeah, it's like really tiring, and your voice hurts a lot. And the first day you're like up at 6 a.m. and you get done at, I don't know, like 10 p.m. And each day gets better. Each day gets like shorter, because you have less sororities to visit. But it is a really rewarding process. And at the end, when you like join your sorority, everyone's like just like so excited to be there. It was a really fun day. Like bid day was so fun. And just, yeah, you have a great group of people that you get to surround yourself with. And yeah, it says somebody asked for tips. My tip is just like bring water and like those little dabby things that you put on your face. Those like makeup pads, I don't know, the oil pads, definitely bring those. It gets really hot. Bring a pair of shoes that you can walk in. What's cool about the UCLA Pediatric sororities is that they're all right on the same street, like right next to, they're all neighbors. And so it's like not that far of a walk between them when you're doing recruitment. Okay. Somebody asked, what is my sorority like? I really like my sorority. I love it. Everyone is super involved. And honestly, like Greek life is what you make of it. And so there's some people who are like extremely involved in the sorority, and some people who like are super involved in like other things, and just like everyone like loves each other and supports each other with like their different clubs and orgs and their classes. And yeah, I just really, really love the experience that I've had thanks to just like Greek life, which is cool. I didn't join my sorority until sophomore year, because I was like finding my footing freshman year. And I'm glad that I made that decision, because I kind of felt more confident in myself, and more like knew what I don't know, I was like knew what I was looking for out of my college experience at that point. And so I joined a sorority my sophomore year, but most people do join their freshman year. But it's not uncommon to join your sophomore year or junior year. So, yeah, cool. Anyone have any other questions about that? No? Yes? Oh, 1 second. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Cool. We talked about that. Oh, I got a good one. This is a good transition question. What is it like being LGBT and in a sorority? So, I'm a bisexual queen. I've been bisexual since birth, but since like sophomore year of high school, I was like, you know what, we're not straight. And coming into college, it was the first time that I would be like, I was ready to come into college like out and like not have it be a thing, if that makes sense. and I just, like, I, like, coming into college, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna, like, try to, like, hide it or, like, whatever. Because, like, in high school, I wasn't, like, out. I guess I was to, like, it just wasn't something that people, like, knew about me, probably because I, like, I don't know. My family knew. I don't know. It just, like, wasn't a thing. But I was, like, ready to make it, like, I don't know. I was ready to be just, like, myself and not be, like, worried or, like, whatever. I don't know. And so coming into college, I was definitely, like, ready to be out. And the first person I met at UCLA was my orientation roommate after my move-in experience for orientation, where I had to, like, lug around my giant bags around campus until I found my dorm because I was too scared to ask anyone for help. The first person that I met was my orientation roommate, and within, like, the first 3 minutes, we were, like, bonding over being bi together, which was great. Shout out Ruby. She's awesome. She's still a good friend of mine. I'm gonna go back to my question because I kind of, like, missed the point. What's it like being LGBT in a sorority? Like, nobody cares. So, like, literally, like, I have brought, like, my ex-girlfriend to, like, Greek events, and, like, nobody cares. I thought there's obviously, like, that stereotype that, like, I don't know, there's, like, a stereotype that, like, Greek life is, like, super, like, I don't know. There's a stereotype about Greek life and LGBT people, which UCLA has totally broken that stereotype. I have so many queer friends in Greek life, and I never would have thought, because I guess I also had that stereotype about queerness and Greek life, but I'm very happy that I have a lot of queer friends, just, like, in the Greek system here at UCLA, which is great. So yeah, to answer your question, like, it's really, like, not a big deal, and I thought it was going to be a big deal, but I guess it's just that internalized homophobia of myself, but it's, like, not a big deal. Like, I can talk to, I don't know, anyone about, like, my queerness, and, like, nobody cares. It's great. Okay, and moving on, we're gonna move on to LGBT questions, because that's my little we have a question. I'll answer that. Is the social life in the suites worse than that in the classic triples? I have not lived in a suite during my time at UCLA. I lived in a classic triple my freshman year, and then a deluxe my sophomore year. And I think it really depends on your floor, if your floor just ends up being social or not. I don't think it matters the room type very much, because no matter if it's, like, suites or if it's like the classics that have the shared bathrooms, like, everyone has a shared lounge that people just kind of, like, go, and that you have your floor meetings in. And so I wouldn't say that the social life is worse in the suites than it is in the classic triples. I really think it's, like, what your floor makes of it, because some floors are just more, like, social than others. My freshman year, my floor wasn't super social, but I do know I have so many friends who are still, like, best friends with people on their floor from their freshman year, because their floor just happened to be really social. I think it's because, like, I was put on a floor of sophomores. Like, there were only a couple rooms of freshmen on my floor my freshman year, and so, like, sophomore floors are probably less social than freshman floors, just considering that sophomores are, like, more secure and, like, have friends at that point. But no, like, my friend Juan, like, he, like, has a lot of his best friends are from his floor, and he has a great floor. And, like, my friend Tess, like, she has I don't know, there's definitely, like, I don't think it really matters on the type of room. It just depends like, the floor that you get on, because yeah, it's just, like, I don't know. Does that answer your question? Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to talk about LGBTQIA+ at UCLA. Okay, so one of the questions I got about that was, what types of LGBT+ clubs does UCLA have? UCLA has a lot of different clubs. and there's a lot of different like intersectional LGBT plus clubs, which is really cool. So there's like, I'm just like naming some off the top of my head. There's LGBT Jew, which is like a Jewish club for queer people, and there's Black BLAQUE, which is like a queer community for Black people, and there's just like there's like a South Asian LGBT club, and so there's just like a lot. And we have a LGBT resource center in the center of campus, right by the Bruin Bear, where anyone can go and just like hang out. It's just like kind of like a lounge, to be honest. Like, you don't have to be in a club per se to like go hang out in the LGBT lounge. I didn't join an LGBT club, and I can still like vibe in that space. There's like couches and tables to just like go hang out in between classes and stuff, which is really cool, and everyone's like so nice. Yeah, so there's a lot of different clubs that you could join. There's a website, ucla.lgbt.edu, I think. And yeah. Oh, I got a question. Prices of dorms for students per semester. I do not have that number off of the top of my head, but it's, you can look it up pretty easily. I think there's a page on that. It depends the type of room that you get. There's like the classics, which are the cheapest type of dorm, and then all the way up to the plaza with a private bathroom, or maybe the suites are, I don't know which one is the most expensive, but it really depends on where you live. And you can find the different prices of the different dorms online. Another question. How's the food game? Food game is fantastic. It's number one. UCLA dining is number one. Just saying, number one dining for public university in the nation, which is absolutely correct. We have fantastic dining halls. We have takeout places and dining halls, and everything is on your Bruin card, and so it's really easy. You don't have to like buy points or anything. You just have a set plan with a set amount of like times that you can swipe in, and so we have fantastic food. A whole bunch of different cultural spots, a whole bunch of different, like, it's great. Like, I don't know what else to say. I miss living on the hill for the food. Like, the food is so good. No, but, like, I have friends in other universities that complain about their food all the time, and it's like, I wish I could go back to living in the dorms. Yes, 19P is still in existence. There's different meal plans. For those of you who don't know, there's 14 swipes a week all the way up to 19 or 21 swipes a week. I think it's 19 is the max, 19P, and it just like depends on like how much you eat, or like how often you're gonna have friends visit. Yes, you can switch. Somebody asked if you can switch from your meal plan during the middle of the quarter or semester, and yes, you can. You can go in. I think you have to go in person to one of the front desks, but I think you have to pay a fee too, like $25 or $50. But you can switch it. Most people actually switch down from people with 19P. I've had like heard of more people switching from 19P to 14P because the P means that your swipes collect. So if like you're away for a weekend, you get those swipes that you wouldn't have used. They just kind of like accumulate until you have a lot. And so so like you can definitely switch in the middle of the year, but some people do switch up, but usually it's not a problem. Like the meal plans are like 14P is like pretty good, like a good amount of food, I would say. Yes. Okay. Is there a sports? Yes, there is. There's a lot of different sports and rec places on the hill, which is where the students live. There's Sunset Rec, which is great. It has 2 pools, a lap pool and like a pool where you can just like hang out, or like a chill pool. There's like volleyball courts. There's a big grass area where people like play frisbee, play soccer, and that's like right on the hill. That's like like very close to the dorms. There's tennis courts, there's tennis courts on the hill. There's a lot of different sports resources on the hill, and there's always people willing to play. The gyms, there's a recreation, like a gym on the hill too, right under one of the dining halls, and it's called BFit, and I really like going there. Very chill environment, and there's like all the workout equipment that you need. And we also have like Wooden, of course, which is the big gym that all students are allowed to use. That's a little bit farther. That's like on campus. But it's like probably like a 5-10 minute walk from the dorms. So it's like not, if you want like more intense or like a more intense gym feel, there's Wooden to go to too. Oh, okay. We have more questions. What meal plan would you suggest for a student living on campus? That really depends how much you eat, because I was fine with 14 for 2 years. Like I like to, like my friends and I would go out to eat a couple times a week. And there's also like obviously like times where you're just like I don't eat breakfast personally, so like 14 was fine with me. Some people, a lot of like athletes, or if you are like a really big breakfast person, I'm not sure 14 would be enough, because that's like 2 a day. But most people are fine with like 14R or 14P. I think most people have 14P. I think that's the most popular one, and that it suffices. Yeah, so it depends how much you eat. Just like think about how much you eat. You can always switch too. Yeah. Cool. Do you need your student ID to use the gym? Yes, you do. You need your student ID to use the gym. You just swipe in, and that's about it. Yeah, that's how you get in, is by like swiping in with your student ID, your Bruin card. Okay. Cool. I will get back to my list of questions. Okay. How do you get involved? I'm going back to the LGBT questions. How do you get involved in the LGBT community and meet others? For me personally, I just like met queer people on like through my involvement in different organizations. Like I've never joined like a LGBT club on campus, but I have a lot of LGBT plus friends. I just think it's because people here are super open, and like it's Los Angeles, and it's a very accepting place, and just like queer people are awesome, and everyone's super involved in everything, and I have a good amount of friends who I met through different clubs and orgs that just happen to be queer, which is great. And also, if you want like a more niche type of involvement, you can definitely join an LGBT club where you will meet different LGBT people. It's great. It's a great community. I love the LGBT Center. I use their printer, hang out there, sometimes get a button, like the I'm bi button for like different weeks, like bi Pride week, I'll go grab a button there. Yeah, they're really great. Okay. I have another question. It says, is there a summer semester at UCLA? Yes, we actually have a summer quarter, and it's broken up into 2 parts. It's called A-Sesh and C-Sesh, and it's just summer classes, and I did that this past year. I did A-Sesh and C-Sesh this past year, and it's a lot of students do it. A lot of out-of-state students do it because tuition is all the same for summer. There's no out-of-state tuition for summer classes, and so that's what I did. And I took a couple classes and I had my internship. And I also worked here at the media team over the summer, which was really great because I got a good, well-rounded summer to hang out here. It was a great summer. I recommend summer classes if you want to like finish your major requirements early, or if you just want to have a summer in Los Angeles that is like different than where you're from at home. I'm from Iowa, and so I kind of wanted to have a summer experience here, and I'm probably gonna be spending my next 2 summers here too. Not necessarily taking classes, but hopefully with internships and stuff. But yeah, a lot of students do take summer classes, and housing is available over the summer. People can live in apartments over the summer too. There's like university apartments that you can live in. A lot of different options. No problem. Do we have any more questions? I have a lot of repeated questions, so we talked about just like a last thing about getting involved on campus, and also if anyone, I'm about to we only have a couple minutes left, so if anyone has any final questions, definitely like toss them in the chat. Any like questions about anything. I'm just going to talk about involvement for a few minutes. I would say you don't need to feel like you have to get involved in everything immediately. My friend, like, I know how it feels to just kind of want to find your place and find your friends. And sometimes clubs do help with that. Clubs and orgs and Greek life and whatever else do help with that. And my friend, like one of my coworkers, Chris, he's a freshman, and he got involved with like 10 different things his freshman year, and it worked great for him. But there's some people who don't want to join anything their freshman year and just want to like build bonds with like their roommates or people on their floor, etc. And so I definitely don't think you need to be like, don't feel the need to get super involved in everything immediately unless that's what you want to do. Just like feel it out for yourself. Personally, I wish that I would have gotten involved more my freshman year, especially in like PAC, because I love my organization and I wish I had another year in it, but don't feel like you need to get super involved immediately. Oh, I have some questions. What did you do when you needed some privacy while living in a triple? That is a good question. It was hard to deal with the privacy thing because you have 2 roommates in a small space. I took advantage of my lounge my freshman year if I just needed like a space to because I guess I was lucky because nobody really used my lounge my freshman year because it was like a floor of sophomores, and I guess people just like didn't use it, but like my lounge was like a good place that I could go if I just wanted to like stretch out and like be by myself and like not have to talk to my roommates. What else could you do? Take advantage of like dining halls, the library. There are places that you can go if you just need like a space to get away, and everyone has different schedules, so your roommates like will have different schedules than you, so it's not that uncommon that you'll get a couple hours to yourself in the room. Like you'll show up after class and like no one will be there for a few hours because like everyone else has class too. So it's not a huge problem, but I do recommend like just like taking a walk sometimes, or like go to BCAF and like grab a booth by yourself and just like eat a sandwich and just like vibe by yourself, because freshman year is about finding yourself, and so you definitely need some privacy and some alone time to do that. Also, you can like if you have cool roommates and nice roommates, or like honestly just like a respect thing, if you nicely ask your roommates, just, like, if you want a few hours alone, you can just be like, hey, guys, like, do you mind if, like, I have the room for, like, a couple hours? And most people are, like, so cool with that, because everyone gets that, as long as, like, you're willing to do that for your roommates as well. Okay, another question from Bella. Bella, you're popping off. I love it. Do you recommend clusters, especially if you're considered double majoring? I am the worst person in the world to ask about clusters. I have had my schedule set as a film major since my freshman year, and so I have never taken a cluster, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I do not know. I have friends who've taken clusters. A lot of, like, I think it's only for freshmen, right? I think only freshmen can take clusters. But I do have all of my orientation friends who were, like, my orientation roommate, and a couple of my friends from orientation were all in the same cluster. And so I do know a lot of freshmen do take clusters. I think it's because you get one of your GE requirements out of the way, or, like, you get an extra GE requirement out of the way if you take a cluster. What is a cluster? Sorry, Bella. A cluster is a year-long class, I think, that covers multiple topics, and if you take it for the whole year, you get an extra like, GE requirement out of the way, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can definitely look it up too. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I cannot believe I've been talking for an hour straight. I hate the sound of my own voice. Okay, I've answered. Okay. Yes, Delaney. Yes. Okay, if anyone has any more questions about Greek life, LGBT stuff, out-of-state stuff, or other involvement, or film stuff, or, like, PAC stuff, or, like, organization stuff, now is your chance to ask, because I'm about to sign off. If you want to, like, feel totally free to, like, DM me on my personal Instagram, or, like, comment, and then I'll, like, check, because I don't really check my DMs very much, but, like, if you comment and just be like, yo, I DM'd you, like, I'll totally, like, get to you if you have, like, any questions about any of the stuff that I listed. Sorry that you guys have had to listen to me speak for, like, an hour straight. But yeah, if nobody has any more questions, I've gotten through almost all of the ones that have been asked on my little question sticker. So I think I will be signing off. I'm going to give you guys, like, 2 more seconds to ask any questions about anything. If not, thank you for coming and participating. It's been great. I'm really excited for all you guys for the coming year. I'm excited for you guys to get to campus. And, we got one more question. What opportunities are available for transfers? What do you recommend us to look for? Definitely look at the transfer. We have a transfer resource center, which is great. And I have a lot of my great friends are transfers. And there is I have a timer that says you have 1.5 minutes left to talk. But there is a specific dorm for transfers that a lot of transfers are assigned to. And definitely, like, check out the transfer resource center. We do have a great transfer community. There's a lot of transfers get involved so, like, and, like, ease into the campus culture so easily. Like, a lot of my best friends in my sorority are transfers. Yeah. So we have a lot of resources, and definitely, like, look at the transfer resource center. I think they have a website too. So if you're, like, looking for that, is it looking like that? I do not know. Serena, I'm sorry. I don't know. We haven't heard anything yet. Same question about if we're going to have fall quarter or not. I do not know. Nothing has been said so far, but you guys will be the first to know. Everyone will be updating you. Yeah, I'm not the person to ask about that. I'm sorry. I'm also a student, and I would also like to know, but yeah. Okay, I have 45 seconds left. Thank you all so much for your questions. Feel free to, DM me on my personal Instagram, DM housing, email housing, call housing if you have questions. Okay, thank you guys so much. Bye, have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy Friday. Yes, okay, bye.